So formal proofs in geometric and arithmetic series, there is a formal proof of finding the SN formula. You know this SN formula in arithmetic, and you've got one for the geometric one as well. So we have both of those formal proofs that can be asked from anything from 4 to 6 marks. So if I ask you to prove the SN formula, there is a variation, there's a few of them, and it's fine if you use another one. I'm doing the one exactly as in the textbook. That's why I wrote it in here. In your textbook, on page 9 and on page 20, you will find these proofs. Exactly like it is there. But I need you to follow me and understand it. Because it's terrible to go and study something you don't know what's going on there. So if I'm saying find the sum of, I'm saying that Sn, starting off, I will say Sn, in this arithmetic one, Sn would be equal to, and actually write down the sequence. Now, what's the first term in the sequence? Right? What do I then do in arithmetic to get to the next one? You plus it with D, right? So first term is A. What's the second term?
A plus B. Wait now.
Are you with me here? What would be the third term? A plus 2. So it's the first one plus twice D. And so you carry on. Next one would be A plus 3D. And so we carry on. And now, I'm going to say, where would we end?
It's gonna be
We were going to end at the last term.
when now.
What would be the previous one before the last term? What would you do to get to the one before? It would be how?
Minus
Minus D.
when now. Dollars.
Because there's a constant difference. So the last one, the previous one would be the last one minus D. The previous one would be the last one minus
2D.
2D. Are you following a pattern here?
Yes, ma'am.
Obviously, this method to the madness, we want to get to that formula. So this, nobody's going to tell you what to do. You've got to know that this is what you've got to do. Your second step, because I'm going with elimination here and sets of simultaneous equations, I'm teaching you now how to do it. You will take that exact same thing and just swap it all around. And I'm going to say that this is equation 1, and there's going to be an equation 2 by swapping all of that around. So I'm going to say it's still Sn, right? But now the last one would be here. Then underneath this one would be the last one, minus D. And the last one minus 2D, etc. And then here would be the A. And the previous one would be A plus D. And you're seeing that I'm trying to keep it underneath each other. And A minus 2, sorry, not plus. Yeah, sorry, plus 2D. Okay. I didn't put this in there, but I could have. So this would have been the last one minus 3D. Now, think about it. I'm saying simultaneous equations. So I'm saying, what are we going to do here?
Oh,
You think?
cross.
Things disappearing here. If I add or subtract. If you add, what's going to happen here? The D's are going to be gone, and you're going to be left with A plus L, right? And the D's are going to be gone. 2D and minus 2D is going to be gone, and you're going to be left with A plus L. So tell me what's left here. If you add them together, A plus L. And here, A plus L. Let's put them in brackets. Brackets don't really mean anything, but I can see it. Here, what am I going to have? A plus L. Got it? What do you think is going to be here? A plus L. A plus L. A plus L. What's going to happen here? A plus L. L plus A? A plus L? We're trying to get a pattern going here, so let's keep it to A plus L in here. A plus L. Are you seeing it when I add them? That the D and the minus D cancel out. And here if I add them, A plus L, although it's the other way around, L plus A, doesn't matter. What happened here? If it's an equation, you've got to do the whole thing. If it's that equation plus this equation, what have you got here? 2Sn. How many terms are there? N terms. So your nth term would be your last term. So how many of these A plus L's are there?
N.
Make sense? So the 2 times Sn, and please make that a footnote. So then to get Sn alone, what do? Divide by 2, starting to get somewhere. Is it just the n over 2?
Yes.
It's actually the whole thing, but I want to manipulate it to look the way that I want it to look like. But whether that whole thing is over 2 or just the n is over 2, is that fine? Same thing? Okay. And now how am I going to get to that thing then? To get to the 2a. What is the last term? The last term is the nth term, and the nth term's formula is? Yeah? Right. The last term is the nth term. We know that there are n terms. Now we just got to substitute that L with
1. Yeah.
I'm already adding them together, sorry. A plus n minus 1. D, got it. And what does that mean? I'm done. I've got the formula. Because those two are going to give me 2a, 3 minus 1, like they said it should be, and I have proven what they said I missed. And that will be worth 5, 6 marks. But it's something you must go and write a few times so that you don't think, oh, it's easy, I've got it. And then when I ask it in the test, and I won't ask both, but I will ask one, that you don't get confused and you say, oh, and then I mark it and I say, you had a kind of like an idea, but you were messing it up because you didn't know exactly what you were doing. So, first write down the sequence. It's A, the first term, but adding the D all the time. And at the end, you're leaving with L, which is the last one, the nth term, and previously it's minus with D. What's the second step? Everything gets swapped around because those are simultaneous equations, as simultaneous as you can get, because it means the same L and the same D and the same everything. So if I swap it around and add them together, then I will get to n times A plus L. Divide by 2, everybody knows where it comes from, and the L must be substituted with your nth term to get to the answer. Make sense? Just remember to practice. Thank you. Now for the geometric one. So again, there's something that you've got to be taught. How will I start with this? You're again going to say Sn is, what would be the first term?
A.
How would you get to the next one? AR. How would you get to the next one? Are you getting there?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, and then, oh, we don't have an L. What is the last term? The nth term. And the nth term is?
N.
Minus 1. That's the formula for the last term, the nth term. Now, what would be the previous to last one? How would I get there? AR to the n. One less. Lesser. And the lesser one would be? And we're adding them together because that's what SE means. Add all of these terms together. Now with the arithmetic one, your method that you've got to study is swap it all around. Not this time. This method I'm teaching you is that you've got to go and times this with R. There's got to be a method to the madness, alright? So I'm teaching you to do it. So I'm saying I'm taking that whole expression and I'm timing it with R. It's still the same thing then because I'm timing both sides. But now please do that. So I'm timing with R. What does this become? AR. What does this become? But check it out. I'm writing it. Yeah. What is happening?
You putting
That answer times R is there. I'm putting it underneath each other because I'm going to make it eliminate, disappear. I'm writing it that way. You see it when I times with or, it's there. Times with or, it's there. Times with or, it's there. Are you with me here? And carry on. So this one, when I times with or, is going to be AR to the what? Times R, what's going to happen? You're going to add 1. So it's going to be n minus. That one's going to be there. This one's going to be AR to the n minus 1 for that one. When I times with R, adding a 1 there, it's going to be 1 minus 1. When I times this by R, it's going to be right? Happy? Because everyone is times with R to the 1. So we're adding the 2 together to get to the negative 2. So plus 1 to get there. So plus 1 to get there. So what do you think is going to happen over here? I can even write this one because that would have been the previous one. You're going to take them and say, this is expression 1. Do you need to show me this 1 and 2?
Yes.
Yeah, because you need to tell me what you're going to do with it. So with that, I'm now going to subtract the 2. The other one, what did I do? Okay, are you with me? There's method. So if I subtract them, what's happening to these two? Let's make a big equal sign there. If you add them, subtract them, sorry, what's going to happen here?
That eliminates it.
Well, it's Sn minus Rsn. You just what?
Oh,
It's Sn minus Rsn. Then comes the equal sign. Then it's this one minus nothing.
it's
Yes?
just a.
A. I'm too high here, sorry. A. This minus that?
0.
Poof. Poof,
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 poof, poof, poof.
And then you left to that
But
side.
then, which one is subtracting? 0
0.
minus this is going to give you, because it's the top minus the bottom, the top minus the bottom. Top, which is 0, if you want to put it there. 0 minus that is just minus that. Let's just write it a little bit closer together. Okay? What do you think is going to happen here? Common factor. What's common? Sn.
And
It's
A.
common. What's left? 1 minus 1 minus, oopsie, it's the other way around, but okay. And here?
A is common.
Take out an A. What's left? Coming there, coming there. Then how do I get Sn alone?
You divide.
Divide that bracket in, so it's 1 minus R to the n over 1 minus R. Fantastic, it's the wrong one. But how do I change this into that?
Ma'am, the A.
Times for what?
I
Oopsie, the
guess.
A is gone, I'm sorry.
How?
I couldn't understand what's the story with you guys. How do I change this into that?
You told us, ma'am.
I told you.
Yeah, you.
Times by a plus. How do I times by a plus? There I'm timing with a plus. So I show them that I know if I time the top with a negative, it's going to become
Positive.
R to the n minus 1. And if that's R to the n minus 1, the bottom will be also R minus 1, and the A just stands there looking pretty. And I'm done. So whether they ask me for this one or the other one, it's just a matter of where will I stop. If I've stopped, then it's fine. If it's there, if for the other one. If then, I can stop here because I just had to multiply top and bottom. Right. So, guys, for this one, there's a particular set of rules then again to go and consider, but it's learn this off by heart. Right.